I thought I scheduled this for later. I guess I didn't.
Well, hello.
Hello there.
Don't mind me.
All good, bro. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
don't mind me
Just
talking
hanging
about
out. Yep.
Australian Asians.
I clicked on go live later. I was gonna share the event on Facebook. Oh well,
Maybe they can
Australian
catch me.
Asians. Yep.
I don't know.
There we go. We got this. We got. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I got a good idea for the next coming days. We may be able to interview a guest. What was I gonna do? Yes, TikTok.
Oh yeah, hey, never catch me that far.
Hey, Uilani, how's it?
Ah,
Hey, you coming down, huh, Ui? Pretty soon. You coming out with us or what? You coming out with us? Hey, Sandy, how's it? Oh, I did want to show you guys some of the cool stuff here. In a minute. I'm going to share this to copy link, Facebook. But how come I cannot just do in post?
she said, "Yep, this Wednesday she's coming down."
Sweet.
She said, "Of course I
All
going.
right.
We just gotta go get her."
Yep, 100% right down the road.
That's what I told her.
Yep.
She said she give you gas money. I told her that's
Give me gas
between you
money.
guys.
I need gas money on Big Island.
So that's between you guys. You the driver. I don't need to collect gas money.
Yeah, no. I was waiting for your call on Big Island. Yeah.
Ooh, busted.
It's okay. Nobody like hang out with me. Too far.
Cause your thing's hanging in your freaking window.
Share this and let's go TikTok. Uh,
That's bloody Superman.
what the hell?
We can share our findings.
Yeah, 100%, bruh. You the one that one found him, so I'm like, bruh, that's awesome. And go live on this one. All right. Oh, I gotta give that a need. We coming here anyway, and we don't need to drive off the beaten path to come and get you.
Oh, just wait on the highway. No worry.
That's
No,
fine.
no, no. Just play. Just play.
Yeah. I don't know. Next time I wanted to be able to say I gotta come pick you up, but that's like half hour in, half hour out. That's 2 hours onto my journey. But I would have met you at like Walmart or something, or anywhere else. Okay. Of course, the bugs are over here again now. Ugh. Hey, how's it, Jimmy? Yeah, first one on. I wanted to share what Matt had found. Freaking awesome. I saw a lot of people typing it in. Matt and Uli were the ones that were talking about it. I don't know if you consider this an EVP or what. What you think?
I don't
Well,
know.
hey, Sean, how's it? How's
I
it?
don't know. It kind of depends.
Ah, you never have your truck. Okay.
I don't know if that's the kind.
Uh, wrong button.
I don't know. Maybe I guess because you couldn't hear it there, that it would have been an EVP.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
there you go. Anyway, EVP that was kind of recorded. Hey, Sweet Savage, how's it? Okay. So yeah, shoot, did I even have put it on this one, my tablet? Yes, it did. So I actually was using AI a bit today. Why no whistle? No, no worry, we're not gonna whistle, brother. Did you replace the batteries of those lights? No, I did not. I was going to, but then I forgot. Greetings, Keone. Keoki, close. I forgot my screwdriver. I brought batteries, but no screwdriver. Oh, we was talking. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking yesterday, last night with Jubu. When we mentioned Lahaina, the lights all came on. Yeah, from off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah. I need join hotspot. So I spent a while like Lake Waiau. We're over at Morgan's Corner here on Oahu. Um, hey Ray, how's it? How's it? Cheryl, how's it? Aloha everybody. Um, oh, this light doesn't really make me look creepy. Huh? It's okay. I'm still looking creepy. Um, yeah, I go share this. So we went Mauna Kea, Lake Waiau, and I did a video over there, a live stream, and I noticed a bunch of people were talking about they had heard some chanting. I was there in person. I never heard nothing. My son and his girlfriend were there too, and they never heard nothing either. They were chilling 10 yards away from me, 15 yards away from me, just kind of hanging out, enjoying, getting everything in. Um, and at one point, at that point, I saw in my mind's eye, kind of like psychic kind. I know I'm not really psychic, but I also listen to the impressions that I get. I saw in my mind's eye this lady coming out of the lake, like kind of rising up out of the lake. She had like seaweed lay on and like a little lei po'o around her head. So the lady I saw was like she reminded me of like a 1950s hula girl, and so I managed to get like a picture of this, like this. Oop. This is kind of what she originally reminded me of, something like that. And so I took that onto the AI and I was just playing around with it, and I caught this. Not really Lake Waiau, but yeah. Then it turned into, I said make it look more realistic, and I said add this picture to the background, and I got this one, which to me was very close to what I had seen. That or even this one here. I was like, wow, that is so cool. I'm like, that's kind of what I had seen. Um, I know we saw a few of them. I saw just the one. I noticed a lot of people they see what they're shown, and for me that's what was shown to me. I was focusing on her face in the video and I could hear it, but Matt was able to pull this up, right? So I'm gonna play this now.
My tweaker ears.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I do need to connect this to the internet. I don't know why. Whatever. Is this not the one? This should be the one with the phone number. I don't know. Hold on. Wait, you know what? You know what the problem is? I know what the problem is. No, I don't. Just kidding. What? Whatever. There we go. Aloha. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Awesome. She's greeting me. Aloha. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I had allergies too. I don't know if you guys heard that. The chanting in the background. I'll play them again. It was very windy though. It was very windy up there too. Well, not very, but it was windy enough where you heard that. But then you hear chanting in the background.
Right after the aloha.
Right after the aloha, the chanting comes back and it chants aloha. Oh wow, awesome. He's greeting me. Aloha. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me try to look at her face. So yeah, that was awesome. There was just me and Makana and Paige there, and they were just kind of lying down doing nothing. I even asked my son, I'm like, "Did you hear that?" He's like, "No." And later on the live, like maybe a few minutes later, I played a chant on my own. I had looked it up on my iPad, connected to the Starlink, and I played a Homai chant, and it sounds way different, way louder, way clearer because it's coming from me and my iPad. So I know that wasn't that. I was thinking, what if I had played it on my iPad and that was the one? No, that wasn't it. That was the only chant I had played. It was. Whew, I'll play it one more time. It was awesome. You guys can pull up the video too. This is, what was it? 20.
The Heiau.
The Heiau video.
2650, I think.
2650. Yeah.
Should timestamp it in the comments.
Yeah. Awesome. He's greeting me. Aloha. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe hear the okay, let me try to look at that sort of the edge. I feel bad because I was talking and they were chanting and I couldn't hear anything. It was awesome. Hey, Kathy, that's it. Hey, thank you.
Right when that wind came through, I heard him. I was like,
Brah.
And I typed him right away. I was like, oh, that's true. I hear chanting up there.
Yeah. And Lake Heiau. Oh, brah, that was, I want to go back again too. Oh, yeah, I mean, whew. Then I think I have another one, but it's on my phone probably. Over at the Heiau, right?
Yep.
I don't think it's on this one here. Here's the Heiau. There's the moon. No, I didn't do it on the Heiau. It's on my other phone. That's the thing. I got 3 devices. They don't always upload to each other. Yeah? That's when we heard the guy and the whistle, and there wasn't anybody there. At least that I know. But I never walk around the Heiau.
I can try to play them on my phone. I don't know if it'll be loud enough though.
Actually, I was playing it, and it's really quiet. We'll post them on the stuff too. It was really cool.
Everything that had worked for me before no longer works.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's loud enough. No, I don't think so.
You guys heard that?
No. Sorry,
You
not
gonna
loud
connect to
enough,
this?
guys, off my phone.
Connect to this. The M18. I know a lot of people on the live heard that, and I heard that at the Heiau. I was telling the story, and then we heard like a guy, and then we heard like flutes, but the flutes translated into a whistle. Everything I did not work. Everything I had learned, everything that had worked for me before, no longer worked. Right there. You guys heard that? Bruh, this one, it sounds way different on this than it did on my phone.
I know. Like, on my phone, I can hear it way clearer.
No, like that. It sounded like a whistle. Now this one, it sounded like a flute. Everything that had worked for me before no longer worked.
Like, I don't even hear the guy.
You guys heard that? I didn't hear that.
whistles on that one, but I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
hear the guy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't go ghost hunting. I go to places get ghosts and tell stories, so that way, it's yeah. I'm not out there for 2, 3, 4 hours looking for nothing and they get nothing. But it's out there to tell stories and sometimes you catch a lot of stuff. Yeah. Hey, how's it? We stay in Nu'uanu, Old Pully Road. Yeah, the whistling that was cool. Oh, that was awesome. Cheryl, how's it? How's it? Hey, everybody that I missed. Well, yeah, tonight I was gonna tell about. Yeah, good luck, Sean. Good luck tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, your escort.
Yeah. Yeah, someone said that they saw 3 people on the wall. I didn't see anybody on the wall though, but was that in the video? I mean, that's probably in the video, obviously. When I was walking
Well,
through the
I
Heiau.
went to look back in the video and I wasn't sure,
Hmm.
but then I think it was Uy and you said Jen. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
the Obake's Jen, the
No,
second
no,
one,
no,
or
no,
it
no,
was
no, no,
different
no.
Jen.
Different Jen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but I know it was them two that both said they saw the shadows walking
Jamie,
across
you
the
saw him
hill.
too, yeah? When you're at the Heiau, right? Mo'okini, right? Yeah. Mo'okini, yeah. Yeah. The whistle to me, that was there. It sounded like it was nose flute. Yeah, Jamie saw him.
Oh,
So, yeah,
Jamie.
and
Sorry,
then we
not
said the
Jen.
guards on the wall were awesome. Yeah. That was the night before Mauna Kea. I wanted to go Mauna Kea that night. If they did, that would have been cool. When the sun set and the super moon rose, and oh, right, that would have been awesome up in Mauna Kea. But it was equally as awesome over at Mo'okini with Maui in the back and Haleakala right in front. It was just, whew, brah. Yeah, the mono was there, I'll tell you. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of dangerous doing that kind of stuff out by yourself and just so far away from anything. They turned to look at you for a few seconds and walked off towards the right. If you could find the timestamp, that would be awesome. I love to see that. Yeah,
Said it was right before the boat and the whistle.
but there wasn't
So that's why I
on
went.
the.
I went to
You guys could
look
see
for it
the
on the
wall
video.
behind me.
Yeah, you can see the wall. It's like it's like a silhouette though.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, the wall is a silhouette.
Huh?
Like you can see the top part of the wall in the background.
Huh?
But yeah, I went to look for it too, and I couldn't find
Conrad,
it.
how's it?
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very cool. A lot of cool stuff would happen. A lot of cool stuff would happen. It's exactly what Matt is saying. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check that out too. Yeah. But yeah. I just want to go back. I wish I had like instant travel. You know. Like, oh, guys, we're Morgan's Corner now. Oh, now we're over at Okini Heiau. You know.
You heal 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
home. Place like home.
But this, I think what I need to get next time is one Jeep mount
For
for the Starlink,
oh
so I can actually go live and stuff while I driving.
oh, you mount the Starlink on the Jeep.
Mounted
itself.
on top of the Jeep, even if I gotta take them off when I pow. You know what I mean?
Fuck
That
yeah.
way I can drive and do the stories while I'm driving, and I could have something to do for the hour. You know what I mean? Plug them into the cigarette lighter, power the thing up, and go. Right?
I wonder though how it is up there though. It's like, you know, as you're driving on the road, there's certain you get dead zones, yeah, on a big island.
Yeah,
Certain
yeah,
spots.
yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder
yeah,
if,
yeah,
if
No,
they
the
follow
dead.
if the Starlink would end up
No, the dead zones
catching
will
those
be.
dead zone too, or they would actually.
So I noticed you saw that little thing, huh? When you aim them up, you gotta aim your phone at the sky and get all the dots.
Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
That wasn't present on the big island.
Oh really?
Everywhere I went, it was just a big black line, and I'm like, that's weird.
Huh.
I'm like, I don't know, maybe because never had reception or something, or you know what I mean. I'm like, maybe my phone didn't load it. I don't know.
That fucking telescopes have anything to do with it.
Yeah, that was even at the kind Mackenzie's, I couldn't do that. I was
Huh.
like, that's weird. Yeah. I started walking out right before the flute. There was actually 4 of them. Then they looked at you and walked off to the right. I don't think that was people that walked on the wall. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was people either though. But
You have a timestamp for that one?
no, I don't.
Ah. You know, let's get the stuff and I'll post them. We'll do that before we leave, maybe, or tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, to the stories for tonight. That walk is way too high, and brah, you don't walk on a heiau, right? Especially one that's 13, 1400 years old. Yeah, he's on YouTube and TikTok now. Cool. So the stories tonight is about Ulupo Heiau. Usually I like to go to Ulupo Heiau and do the stories there, but um, they don't like people going there nighttime. I understand. There's been a lot of people causing trouble and that kind of stuff, and you know, yeah. So I get it. And if I go over there and do one live, it's gonna show more people and that kind of thing. It's not like I wouldn't say it's scary. I'd say it's more sacred. And this one was built about over 1,000 years ago. I want to say 900 AD. Ulupo Heiau. This is in Kailua, Kaneohe Kailua. Right, you driving down the Pali. You get the YWCA on the left. You get the 7-Eleven on the right. You can pull into the driveway of the YWCA and park over there and walk to the Heiau. The Heiau Ulupo, from what I've been, yeah, yeah, I like a Molokai too. That would be awesome. Keith, how's it? Aloha. But just Ulupo Heiau is just it's this big rock temple kind of thing, or it was 1,000 years ago. I know I have a picture of it somewhere. Let me see. Did I save it to this and did it update? Of course it doesn't want to update. Because why would you do anything that I want you to do? It was. Now, I'm not an expert in this, but I refer to these as burial heiau because of the way it was built. A lot of heiaus are built rock walls on the ground, right? You walk into it, maybe a little. It has a little, a little rise or whatever. But this heiau is, well, the remnants of it anyway. It looks like this. There you go. This is Ulupo Heiau, and it is one of the most peaceful places I've ever been to, on most nights anyway. It used to be a tiered heiau, like a three-step heiau, and I'm not even sure how big it was. I've heard people saying it went very, very far, like far back and past Castle Hospital. Um, Out into the swamp. It overlooks Kawainui Marsh. It's just beautiful place. The one of the legends say the Menehune built them. The Menehune built it in the over the course of a night. Another one said that the people built it from rocks going all the way from past Kualoa. I want to say Kapolei side, but I don't know for certain. And if you can imagine, these rocks, like a lot of the times these heiau were built with rocks from far away. And you would have a line of people going all the way across the island, across the mountain, and they would grab a rock and they would pass it to the next person, pass it to the next person, all the way down to the end. These rocks would travel miles and miles, dozens of miles, right? Just to get to the heiau. And then they would listen, the kahuna, the priest over there would listen to the rock and place it where it's meant to be put, and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, so Ulupo Heiau was said to be built before 700 AD. I haven't done stories about Ulupo for a long time. Yeah, so it would have taken the people over a year, over 100 years to build. They estimated decades and decades and decades to build like that, or the Menehune will do it in the course of one night. Originally, it was a kane or a lono heiau. It was a heiau where you go over there and there's the lo'i, the taro patches. You got the banana. You got all the food that you need, and you had Kawainui back over there, which was like the largest fish pond in the Hawaiian Islands, right? So you got the fish pond back over there, and it was a mapele heiau. Mapele is fertility, food, peace, lono, right? That kind of stuff. Menehune, it's the little people, yes. So it was a very peaceful place. And every time I've been there, it's been very peaceful as well. I mean, as I said, most of the time. Um, but so the history that we found out, and it makes sense completely, is when King Kamehameha conquered the island of Oahu at the Pali, When he won the battle, the island was won, but the price was not yet paid for the victory. Kamehameha didn't worship the god Lono or Kane. Kamehameha worshipped Kukailimoku, as we talked about a few days ago, the god of war. And so, even though he had won the battle, the price still had to be paid in human blood. And so, according to archaeological evidence, people that have been doing the reports and stuff they found over there is off towards the swamp near the Heiau. There was a luakini, a stone used for human sacrifice, which we also saw at Mo'o Kini Heiau. We walked by that, I pointed it out. I didn't want to spend too much time there considering the events that had happened over there, right? I don't like that kind of bad mana, bad juju kind of thing, right? I'm sure it's good now and it felt alright, but still. Um, just briefly, Kamehameha, to worship the god of war for the victories over all the islands, paid the price, and then it was then restored back. I had brought my cousin over there before. She was 16, and she was one of the most, her entire life, just one of the most powerful psychics I've met. Like, growing up, she could still see. Um, this is the one, when we talk about the Mo'o, she had met the Mo'o named Kuna from the Big Island. And he was brought home, and she called me up and asked me who this was. You know, because he was in the back of the car saying, "Worship me." And then she called her guardians, these big Hawaiian warriors, chiefs, whatever, and they kicked the Zokole out of there. I always found that funny. But for her, I took her and her mom, my auntie, to Ulupo Heiau. And, is that her? Yeah. We get to the place all the way down. We walk all the way past the Heiaus on your left. You walk down, you walk past. And it's overlooking Kawainui. They have little steps that go down to the marsh and stuff. And it was her, right? Yeah, it was her. She said, and this is daytime. This is the place where there are where the this is the place where the Hawaiians who hate the Hawaiians are. And I'm like, what? She's like, this is the place where bodies were dumped, bodies were thrown down this little cliff over here. And I'm like, what do you mean? I believe at one point, I can't remember it exactly, so I won't go into detail, but she started talking in the first person. And so it's clear to me that something else, one of the guardians up there came through and was talking to me through her, right? The Hawaiians that hate the Hawaiians, the Hawaiians that don't like the Hawaiians. And so we pieced it together. It was in order to consecrate Heiau for Luakini, it would require a lot of sacrifice. We had to change the energy from peaceful to one of war. And so, in order to do the sacrifice to the chiefs and to all of the other enemies and stuff to get all their mana, then you would have to sacrifice the kawa, the maka'aina na in some cases, all of that stuff. And so they would have to change the energy very shortly. And it appears that it's possible that when they were done, that's where they threw the bodies. Anyway, Ulupo Heiau doesn't have a big history of that. It's only a very brief history. And then it was quickly changed back to one of peace and one of rest and all of that. And at some nights, we would do the tour there, Oahu Ghost Tours from 2008 to 2012. It was a sacred place to go to. Yeah. Hold on, stupid question, but with all your years on the islands, did you ever run into Dog the Bounty Hunter? Nope. Would have been awesome. And I am asked that a lot, actually. Especially when I was a tour guide. You think having all that mana would be hard to carry? I don't know. Maybe I managed it. But yeah, it was just, it's a place that's so peaceful, so nice, but very, very, very sacred. They estimate about 80,000 people are buried within the rocks. Like, their bones would be placed in the rocks, and then the bones would the rocks would grind the bones into dust, which we brought up a few days ago when we were talking about the pohaku. People see a bunch of rocks. When I walk by there, I see bones. I see the rocks as the bones. And so you respect the rocks like you would respect a human skull. or a femur or something like that, right? That you respect the rocks in the same way because it is. Now, they also have a property too where it's a healing location, right? There are water springs that come out of the Heiau, and if you can imagine this, you got fresh water springs that come out of the rocks that have the ancestors' mana for centuries. Over 80,000 people. The water is filtered through all that mana, and then it comes out into a little pool, and the pool is said to be a healing pool, right? It's said to have the healing water and all that. I'm just gonna put this right down over here. I had a friend, Sherry from Australia. Sherry Peters. She came on the ghost tour. We met. She was really cool. We had a lot of fun. Her and her friend Princess from Alaska, and she would come back every year. She's actually Hawaiian, but she was adopted in Australia, and that's where she grew up. So she'd come home a lot. Um, the second time she came back, we hooked up again and we met up and we took her around. Me, Guy, a whole bunch of us. She was a lot of fun. Um, she didn't come back the next year, but she came back a year after. She said she had been diagnosed with cancer, a very aggressive kind of cancer, right? And so it was visible that she was diagnosed with cancer. She was very skinny, all of that stuff, right? So I wanted to take her to Ulupo. I had her provide the ho'okupu, the offering, because we were going to go over there and ask the ancestors to heal her. And so we did. I went into the waters and I went over and I just started pouring the water on her feet, washing her feet from the knee down, all of that stuff. And she felt better. Vacation over, a few days later, she went back home and she reached out to me on Facebook saying that her cancer was in remission. The doctors couldn't understand how or why the cancer went into full remission. And she came again and she was fine the next year. And then the cancer apparently came back and it was already too late at that point. She had to keep coming to the Heiau. Yeah, that's kind of what I had thought. She had to keep coming to the Heiau, presenting ho'okupu. But she had gotten a few more years from the healing waters over there, yeah. Aloha mai kako pehea men. I don't aloha vai eat too much, Cameron, but aloha. Hey, Phoebe, how's it? I don't know what mene means. I know pehea oi. Mai kai. Um, it's just, it's an amazing place. It's that kind of place here. Short beaches where you can't go on because of the bones of warriors were laying there open. I'm not too sure which beach that is. Yeah. Used to see the dog and its family there. Yeah, if I did know where the beach was, I wouldn't say the name either because it's better to not have people go. Obviously, right? Um, yeah, that could be a whole nother live. There's been a lot of healing things. I was on the healing path up until 2014 when I started dealing with the demonic. And that's a different story that I'll share later, too. Um, you can't heal with one hand and, cast out with the other, right? You might, but I didn't feel like it was necessary. It was good. Ulupo Heiau has a story that Rick Carroll had shared in one of his books. I think it was Rick Carroll. I might be wrong, but aloha ahi ahi. We just telling ghost stories. Wordle world. No, I get a flashlight in my eye, bro. I'm looking at you guys, and it's just like because I see something better, like the trail. And no more nothing on top. Okay? That way I'm not blind. I'm gonna do that for a little while at least. I'm sure you have a story or two. Aloha ahi ahi. I wanna go fishing now. And I eat some ahi ahi. Yeah, there's a lot of places on Oahu with healing. Healing waters, healing stones, all kinds of places. Yeah, you can Google them for crying out loud. But you also need to know the protocol. You're gonna go over there, you're gonna bring ho'okupu, you're gonna bring offerings, and you're gonna bring appreciation and thanks and all of that kind of stuff too, yeah? Oh, okay. Hey, no worry, bro. Hey, Brad, how's it? Aloha. Yeah, I don't like chicken skin. Good fun it.
I like
Just
chicken skin. I like them
oh,
fried, crispy.
oh yeah, oh yeah. No worry.
Salad,
The
all
scary
kinds.
stories.
No, no, just
The scarier stories come up a little bit later in the month. The ones about my personal experiences with possessions and all of that good stuff, right? Oh boy. So Rick Carroll's book. Rick Carroll's book was there was a tour, and it wasn't like tourists. It was actually a local tour, like a company kind of ghost tour. They paid for it. They rented a bus, and the guide was there doing his stuff, telling his stories. This was a long time ago. I want to say 80s, 70s, you know. And so the tour, they get to Ulupo Heiau, and the guide's like, okay, well, this place is sacred. As you know, in Hawaii, you don't touch the rocks, you don't touch anything. We're gonna go over here. We will tell tell stories and that kind of stuff. And so they're over there he's telling the story about the history of Ulupo and all of that stuff. And then they hear a little gasp, and one of the ladies looks on top of the rocks. They're on top of the heiau this time, right? And and as they're looking, one of their Malahini coworkers from the mainland. I guess Malahini is a nice way of saying howlia.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think there's. I have a different definition for all of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you're Americans. There's Howleys. There's your locals. There's
Yeah, yeah,
your,
yeah.
your Kanakas. And
I always thought Malahini was somebody who wasn't Hawaiian but was still local.
I would consider Howley
Yeah.
that. Is you know what I mean? They're local, but they're not Hawaiian. Where
Mm.
Malahini is more like
Tourist.
a tourist,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, okay.
straight visitor kind of.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So she had lived here. She lived here, but she just moved here and she didn't know anything. And when the guide said, don't walk on top of the rocks, she was like, okay, well, I going, she's like, I'm going anyway. And so when he's talking, she walks on top of the top of the heiau and she starts kicking around the rocks. And that's when the lady gasped and everybody looked and everybody started freaking out. And the girl looks up and she's like, what are you guys afraid of? They're just a bunch of rocks. And she kicks another rock across the heiau and they are just so scared, mad, all of that. I mean, they're over there, and it's like she's walking off of the rocks, and she's getting hit with all the tea leaves that people brought, salt thrown on her, holy water thrown on her. They don't like her get on the car. They don't like her get on the bus with them. Yeah, they're like, "Bro, you get on the bus, we're gonna wreck because you wouldn't do that." Because you're disrespectful. You stepping on the bones of our ancestors, all of that kind of stuff. But it's like, wow, what's the matter with you? She's still like, well, you guys are so superstitious. It's so stupid. Nothing happened to her that night. And so the next couple days passed, and finally one of her friends noticed that she was wearing this bit long dress all the way down to her ankles and walking almost with a little bit of a limp. And she never wore that kind of dress before, so she's like, she's like, okay, whatever. Lunchtime comes, the holy lady comes up and she's like, hey, can I ask you a favor for lunch break? She's like, yeah. It's like, can you try to take me to the hospital? Cause I don't feel I don't feel good. My legs are sore. And so like, oh, okay. And she's like, no, don't say it's because of that rock temple or whatever. It just my legs are sore. It's getting, blah blah blah. And she pulls up her dress up to her knee, and her whole leg is just swollen red, just fat, red, swollen, all of that kind of stuff. And so they take her to the doctors, the hospital. They run all their tests. They can't find out what's wrong with her. They know what's wrong with her is that her blood isn't flowing, but they don't know why her blood isn't flowing. They do all these tests on her and can't figure out. They said the blood is flowing, but it stops right at the feet almost, like it slows down significantly. And they send her back, I guess pain meds or something. But on the way back, the friend, the lady, the local one was like, you know what, let me take you to my uncle's house. My uncle's a kahuna. Maybe he can help you. So she's like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. She's like, that's great. Doesn't matter. Maybe my uncle can help you, though. No harm in asking, yeah? She's like, okay, 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 fine. We'll go see your uncle. So they went over there. They parked down. They start walking up the driveway to the uncle's house, and the uncle opens up the door, and he was like, he looks at the girl, the holy girl, and he's like, "Wow, what did you do? Oh my God!" She's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You, you would step on one Heiau or something." She's like, "What? What makes you say that?" He's like, "You get so many spirits you dragging around with you right now, and they all piss off at you. They wrapped around your ankles so tight the blood can't even flow, I bet, yeah?" And she was like, "Oh, dang." So he took her in, did a prayer, did a blessing, had her go back to Ulupo Heiau and apologize and leave an offering and wash the stones that she was kicking and walked on. And after that, everything was fine. Good story, good lesson. Everything was fine after that. Troy, how's it, brother? Have you ever met a racist ghost? Not yet. Good question, though. Not yet, no. Yeah, good for her, no listen, huh? What a lesson. But you know, I'll tell you from my personal experience, you get some of the best stories and people don't listen to you. You know what I mean? If the tour is good and everybody listening to you and everybody is respectful, bro, you know more stories to tell. It's when you get that one baboose over there that's like, ah, I don't believe in ghosts, da 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 da. You know, that's when stuff happens. I follow a YouTube called Shannon Shadow Productions. Him and his family are a special type of medicine man. Oh, cool. Exercising demons. Oh, that's awesome.
You know what though? I wouldn't be surprised if there is racist ghosts. I mean, if you think you go back to where you go to back to the upper 48,
Yeah.
that area where
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
that type of lifestyle or back then, I'm
That-
sure some of those spirits were probably and they probably still carry that.
yeah. I wonder about that, but it's also like I wonder like when I worked in the mental hospital, when I worked with the people in the group homes, my question was simply, does schizophrenia pass on? And when you die, and if you have unfinished business, do you still have as a spirit, as a ghost, are you still schizophrenic? Because they explain schizophrenia. I'm seeing the shadows moving in front of me. Cool. They're seeing. They say schizophrenia is a chemical imbalance, right? It's something to do with how your brain is and the chemicals in your brain and all of that stuff. But when you're dead, you no more brain, you no more chemicals, right? Would you still be schizophrenic? Well, that too's for another night because, yeah, that's a whole night of stories from the state hospital later this month. For those of you that are new, I do the stories every night, 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. I try to, but yeah, last couple of days wasn't. Um, we do this every night for the month of October, and yearly we do it every Friday night. Ulupo Heiau. Oh yeah, this was a really cool story. I was up at the van. We had Robert with us, Robert Sepulveda. So he was up there. Oh, yeah, the brain continues to be active after death. Oh yeah, until it becomes dust. I don't. Then you get brain dust. Sorry. Yeah, I was flying a couple nights ago, so I didn't go live Thursday night and Saturday night. Yeah, last week. Let's see. Oh yeah. So I was up there and I was up watching the vans up on the road, and Robert walked down with the group and told the stories and did that site. On our way back up, Robert told me come out of the car and look at this, and there was a couple, right? There was a couple, newlywed couple, and the bride's father. They came on the ghost tour, and they said, "Look at this." And, they showed me a picture, and sometimes you see the pictures that have like when you have a low shutter speed and you snap a photo in the dark, the light sources will trail. You ever seen those where you have like five street lights in the distance and all those lights will have a little line of it? It looks like a little line of energy, but they all move in exactly the same direction, right? That's the kind of that's the light trails and stuff. Well, they had that in their picture, but it was totally different. The first picture they showed me, one of those lights, not all of them. There were many light sources, but just one of the light sources wrote the name of, I think, the bride in like cursive in the sky. And I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. What the heck, you know? And then the other picture, I can't remember exactly who it was, but there were three pictures. I think the other picture had another name, and the third picture had the word mom written on it, or love mom, or something written in the sky. And then they told me their story. They said that they had planned to come to Hawaii to get married, and a few weeks before that very day, the mother had passed away suddenly, and that they didn't feel, they were all sad. Yeah, they come to Hawaii. The mother was supposed to come with them, the bride's mom, and she never made it because she had passed on. And so they were still kind of sad and kind of distraught and still in the mourning process as they got married. But when they went over to the Heiau, they said their mom was there. And their mom, that was even that handwriting was the mother's handwriting in the sky. Yeah. I asked them if they wouldn't mind sharing the picture with me, but I understood when they said no. When they said no, they'd rather keep it because it's very personal for them. Yeah, and it had their names and all of that stuff as well. You know, so that was like that's the kind of place Ulupo is. There was another night where we had this lady come down with us. I remember her. I remember her. She joined Hawaiian Huntings on Facebook, and I actually brought her down to the Heiau twice. And both times we brought her to the Heiau, years apart, she got sick, which was kind of strange. I don't know why she reacted that way. No, the first time she got sick. Yeah, the first time she. Yeah, no. Both times she got sick. She got nauseous. She threw up. Only her. She was the only person I've ever seen. She was also a sensitive, a medium, a psychic. I'm not sure why it affected her the way it did. It could be because the place used to be Luakini, perhaps. And Luakini, human sacrificial heiau, were meant only for men. And the women who knew better were not allowed. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you're loving the stories. Thank you. Yeah, there was another lady. I remember her. This was very, because I was on the tour with her. She gets down to the heiau and looks at me with a panicked look, and she's like, I I need to she's like, I need to use the bathroom. I'm like, I'm sorry, there's no bathroom over here right now, you know. The nearest bathroom is Castle Hospital, that's like quarter mile away on the road. And she ran back to the car. Apparently she used the bush in the car. Because the bush by the car. Up on the road, far away from the Heiau, I'm like, okay, that should be good. I don't know what if she went one or two or three. I don't know. I don't know what she did, but she walked back down. And as she was walking back down to the Heiau, she tripped and fell and split open her head. I've never had anyone trip and fall. She, it was so bad that we had to drop her off at Castle Hospital. Luckily, Castle Hospital, she worked there as a nurse. You know, no worry, one swing. And so, like, she worked there as a nurse, and so she went over there and they took care of her. But it was like, wow. Get night vision in red, you'll see something strange. I'm sure. I'm sure this place has a lot of spirits over here. That's why I come here to tell stories for the spirits. Yeah. Um, there was a night where we caught pictures. We caught pictures, and it's a lot is to be said when you have 20 people snapping pictures all using flash, right? Yeah, I don't think she was supposed to use the bathroom up there. I don't think she said a kalamai yao. You know, I'm sorry, excuse me. Um, snapping the, you know, snapping the pictures, you get a lot of weird effects. But None was weirder than one night I was down there with Uncle Joe and snapping a picture towards the Heiau, towards the rocks. A few of them came back to basically when we looked at it, it looked like a tiki, or in Hawaiian they're called ki'i. It looked like a ki'i of the god of war on the Heiau. Like, not the kind, that looks like it could be something. Not the kind of white mist. This thing had shadow, texture. This thing had mass to it. And like the flash went on, flashed on it, went around it, but there wasn't anything there. Yeah. Yeah, something kind of stupid by reading this. Like even when we pick flowers or noni, we ask permission and why we need it. Yeah, there's a story about the hibiscus. I was telling my son and his girlfriend when we was over at Waipio Valley at the lookout. Like, oh, look at that pretty hibiscus flower. My boy's like, oh, no worry, honey, I go pick one for you. And I'm like, hold on. It's nice weather right now. He's like, what does that have to do with anything, Dad? I'm like, right, you picked the hibiscus. It's going to start raining. You got to ask permission. You got to say kalamai and ask permission to pick it and then wait. And if you get a sign, then don't pick it. Otherwise, it's going to rain. He's like, okay. I'm like, so if it's a hot day and you like cool down, go pick one hibiscus flower and it'll start raining on you. I don't think it's supposed to be like that though, but yeah.
Isn't there like some kind of legend or something behind the ohia flower?
Oh,
Does it
here.
rain too? Like if you pick it?
The Ohia Lehua, right? That's Pele.
Yeah, the Pele's flower.
Pele's flower, yeah. I haven't
Is
heard
it
of
the
that
same
one.
thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you pick
maybe.
it and it starts to rain. I thought I heard something like that with that flower as well.
Yeah, Sweet Savage says yes. That's the one too.
Ah, okay.
I shared this story the other night at Mackenzie's, but I will share them again because it was one of my favorite stories. Let me think of anything else that had happened over
What
at
about that one
Ulupo.
that you guys saw? Was it that girl in the hood?
The guy, yeah.
The hoodie guy, the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
in the
yeah.
white? Yeah.
I shared that one at Mackenzie, but I go tell
Oh,
him
you
again.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go
I
share.
guess I missed that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go share him again. I think I shared him at Mackenzie. That's why it always rains in the Big Island. Because all the tourists they keep picking the flowers, huh? Keith's at the red one. Um, oh,
Even the kind, yeah.
I get pictures. Hold on.
Even didn't your daughter have an experience down there?
At Ulupo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
daughter?
yeah.
The voices?
Yeah. I'll go tell that one in a minute.
Okay.
That's the same story. that
Oh,
was
it
the
is?
same. That was the
Oh,
same
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's all intertwined, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. We can even tell them about our last visit there. That was a kind of strange evening.
I don't. All I remember was we never went. Right?
Well, so we got there. It was. I mean, it was okay. But as we started going down, we saw the no trespassing signs. But the the lower we went and the farther in we went, and we started getting like super warm, like at this fucking uncomfortable heat.
Oh yeah.
And then, like I could hear like kids playing way out in the field or the pasture area. And the three of us were standing there, and we were all deciding: should we go? Should we not? And it just
Yeah.
the whole atmosphere
Who
didn't feel
was?
right.
Was me, you,
And Minsu.
Minsu? Yeah.
Actually, that was the second night that I came out with you guys.
Yeah.
Because the night before we went to Pali, we went to the Pali Lookout, and then the next night we went to Ulupo, and then we ended up leaving, and then we went to Kaneohe side, Morgan's Corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, that night
Kiona
was
Ole.
weird. The heat down there, like I've been down there before, because like I said, my friend used to live. That was his backyard, so we always used to go, and I've never felt it like that.
Yeah.
When we went down, it was like definitely was uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah. Oh, I'm remembering a lot of stories, and then I'm forgetting them. Um, one was on the radio station. I remember. Freaking Augie, bro. Augie was cracking stupid jokes, bro. Um, there was a guy called in and shared a story when we were on the radio about Ulupo Heiau. They lived over there. They lived in the area. They were playing in the area. He was taught how to respect, but one day he had to go shishi and so he would pee on the rocks. And he said from that point on, even as a little kid, he went and he peed on the rocks. Anytime he'd go down to Ulupo Heiau to play, he would poop his pants. He would have to go so bad that it would just come over him immediately and he'd poop his pants.
Ooh.
Like every time. And so Augie's like, oh, that's good to know. So you need one laxative. All you gotta do is pee on one rock. I'm like, bro, you don't do that, bro.
Oh no. Yeah, too much.
Hey, Jordan, how's it? So like, but he had to go back up there after a while and tell his grandma how come he always pooping his pants, right? And the grandma's like, hey, what you would do, huh? He's like, oh, nothing. No, you would do something down there, huh? Oh, oh, I'm sorry, Tutu. I went pee on the rock over there a couple weeks ago. She's like, what? Come over here. And she over there. She gave him lickings, and then they went back over, and he went and washed the rock with salt, with water, and apologize, and all that kind of stuff, right? I, what's wrong with my pictures over here? There we go. Maybe. There was one picture I got. I can't find it right now because Facebook is being stupid. Where there was a shadow. We had seen a shadow sitting on top of the wall of Ulupo Heiau, right on top of the fence, and then we snapped the picture and there was a mist on it. I can't find that, but maybe one night we'll go over some of the pictures, yeah. Yeah, what you went to.
That was a famous question, bro.
Yep, all the time, every
Oh,
time.
I need help. What you did? Where you was last night, huh?
Yep.
Oh shoot. Oh, Uncle, I need help. What happened? What happened? What you did? Oh. Always, always.
Oh, the tea leaf story. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think that one is on video too, bro.
Huh?
The tea leaf is fucking
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
going 240. I swear
Yeah.
I saw that on video.
Yeah, well, when I saw this, I think it happened another time on one of my lives.
Yeah, it was on a different live. I wasn't there, but like I remember seeing that. The tea leaf was
Yeah.
freaking going 240.
Yeah.
Only that one leaf too, yeah?
Yeah, that one tea leaf, yeah. The tea leaves, the tea leaf plant, TI, not the kind tea you drink, yeah. We go, the tea leaf is sacred in Hawaii. I use one for protection, one for respect. So when I would go do a house blessing, I have two. One represents protection, as I said, one represents respect. I acknowledge and I respect that the spirits are around here, That's how we find pono, not kicking them out. Um, So we went over there, and of course you get tea leaf plants planted around the Heiau, right? It was on a tour one night. We hadn't gone down to the bottom yet on the tour. We were still going to the top. So we had gone over to the top. We started talking. We started talking story a little bit, telling the story, telling the legend, and then we walked back. And as I was walking back, one of the tourists pointed out, or one of the people on the tour pointed out, "Hey, look at that leaf." And so I looked at it on the tea leaf plant, maybe 20, 30 yards away, feet away. Yeah, I get bad, whatever. Like from where I am to that sign, right over here. That's not yards. And so, there was a tea leaf that was spinning like a pinwheel. Just no wind, no nothing, just spinning 360 like a pinwheel, going round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And I'm like, huh, what the heck? No wind, no leaves are moving on any of the other plants, even any of the leaves on that plant too, right? And it's just spinning. And so me, I kind of stupid, huh? I walk up to it. I just approach it, and as I get closer to it, it stops, and then the tea leaf plant rightens itself and goes back up again like it's supposed to. And I'm like, what the heck? I take it a few steps back, and the tea leaf plant starts spinning around like a windmill again, yeah. And I'm like, bro, that's so weird. What on earth? And I couldn't make heads or tails of that. I had no idea. I'll play it again after this stuff. It's cool. I want to play it like 100 times, bro. the stuff, yeah. At the end of the video, I'll go play the chanting and stuff. That was awesome. I took a college course a few months later Actually, the only college course that was left for me to take because I applied late was Hawaiian Legends and Mythology, and I needed one random, what's it called? Not random credit, one elective. That's what they call them for my AA, and so I took that class, and it was cool. I'm like, okay, right on. Um, one of the legends I read, I don't even remember what it was about, but it stated the same thing that we had witnessed. It said, in the old days, at the Heiau, at the ancient Hawaiian temples, the god of the Heiau, whoever the Heiau is dedicated to, when they are in residence, when they are there, they will let you know by making a leaf spin like a pinwheel. And that's exactly what we had seen. And so, whichever deity, Hawaiian deity, whether it be Lono, Kane, or Ku, that this heiau is dedicated to, this they were in residence letting us know. So it makes me wonder too. Maybe it was cool, but that place was just briefly, was cool. But if it was, that would explain why my friend got sick. KH12 had an article that mentioned eerie presence, seeing inexplicable lights and hear the sounds of old Kanaka Maoli chants about this heiau. Any similar encounters? No. There was a bunch of nights we went down over there and we started hearing drums. But then we realized that it was Kailua High School across the street. It was their band. I'll tell you, the first time we heard that, that was like, we get down over there, we start telling stories, and all of a sudden you hear boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh, me and Uncle Joe, we would jump. Brah, what's that? Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, brah, they don't sound like night marches, huh? Boom, 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 boom. It's like, brah, that's Kailua High School's marching band, brah. What the hell? Like, oh, bro, no can. There had been a few. There's another story I go share pretty soon. I go spend one night talking about Kamapua'a, half man, half pig, the demigod over here, and some of my encounters with him, and some of the other stories of encounters with him. Over there was one of them as well, right? So I'll share that story for later. Um, like I said last night, there was a big tree right down there that looks like a pueo, an owl. Yeah, yeah, we almost shishi our pants. You hear the drums, you gotta run. Yeah. Is it true that bad spirits are more likely to hunt those who are depressed? Yeah, it's the weaker person, but not physically weak. It's more of a spiritually vulnerable. Yeah, people.
Mentally, yeah.
Mentally vulnerable, spiritually vulnerable. Yeah, those are the people. Maybe I'll have guys coming on. My friend Guy's coming on to share stories later this month too. I'll have him share one of the stories about that, about the Japanese curse that was placed upon his uncle from centuries ago. Oh, I feel like I just like upselling, bro. Bombay, I tell you guys this story next time.
What you mean, bye? Now, tell me
Yeah.
now. Oh no, now. I hear today, not tomorrow.
Oh, you get the story about the ghost cat too, yeah? Obake Neko. I asked him to share that one.
Oh, guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ghost cat. Oh, brah, yeah. Jamie's like Matt's laughs. You like to keep us hanging. I cannot tell you guys all my stories, bro. I do one story. I do hour, 2 hours every night for this whole month. I cannot sit down for the next 12 hours and tell you guys all the stories for the next week. Don't worry. Let's see. Anything else before I tell my favorite story, Ulupo? We've been there so many times. It's kind of hard to remember. There's been a lot of things that have happened over there. Across from the Heiau, there's always been like things that rocks being thrown at us. I remember that things falling down, just loud noise. It's not peaceful there. It's peaceful at the Heiau. It's a place where I could go down and go sleep because it's so peaceful. My mall, child-sized handprints all over it, and my place is haunted. Oh wow, your ceiling. Ceiling has. Oh, okay. I've seen those before too. In fact, I was on my live 2 years ago. We were down at the Morgan's Corner. I was by myself in my car, and in my van, the window, I had handprints. I forget if it was inside or outside, but it was little kid handprints. And then I looked in the rearview mirror and I saw smoke coming out from behind my van, like a white mist just walking. So I got out to look at it, and all of a sudden the live just like completely just glitched. That was on Facebook, I think. Just completely glitched out for like a few seconds. That was cool. Yes, I am native Hawaiian. Hey, out there, how's it? Yeah. So I'll tell you guys a story then. Then we'll go play the stuff again. That's pretty cool. Bro, I'm so tripping. That just it feels so awesome, bro. That only that chant. It's not scary, but it's one of those signs to me that I think I'm doing something right.
Mm.
You know. Yes, I am Hawaiian. Um, so during COVID, we went down to Ulupo Heiau in October when we still had the five, right? The rule of five. You cannot have big gatherings, five max. We went down, my friend Joy, her husband Corey, her daughter Jorea, my daughter Makamai, and myself. And so we were gonna do a live down there, but the place was so weird. Usually it's just peaceful, relaxing, like I keep saying, right? But this night it was weird and tense. We didn't know why. So we walked around and just kind of walked around. We went up to the ahu. We left the ho'okupu an offering. You know, um, hold on. I'll get to the comments after the story. Okay. Um, it was weird. I remember I left breadfruit as offering on top of the altar, the ahu, and it just felt tense. And then I'm looking around where they have the water, the sacred water, is on the side, and they had this large tarp, or several large tarps, covering the bottom of the heiau over all of the rocks, all of the pohaku. And I was like, bruh, who the hell is doing this? And worse yet, they were using the pohaku. Somebody was using the ancestors to weigh down the tarp. And I'm like, bruh, that's not pono. That's not good. That's not. You don't do that, right? You don't use the rocks as one paperweight. You know what I mean? And then I saw a garbage can, even worser than worse. The garbage can had rocks in it to weigh down one of the corners. And I'm like, you don't put the kupuna inside one garbage can. Bro, what's the matter with you guys? I don't even know who did it, but it looked like it was the people who took care of the heiau. Because who else would do that? Um, I later found out from one of my friends, Uncle Joe, that they had found lead in the water, and so they were testing it. But I'm like, Uncle Joe, who did the rocks? Because they should have known better. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, they should have known better. I don't know who would do the rocks. You know, he's like, I don't know who put the rocks over there, but they shouldn't have done that. And then we smell one imu. We smell kalua pig. We smell cooking. We smell food cooking really, really clear. Really smell real good, yeah. Was getting hungry. And we're walking around looking for where this emu is. And I remember, like, because I've been going there for years, since 2008, right? They had an emu, so I walked over there to where the emu was, and they buried it, and they planted grass, and the grass was growing over. I even took my slippers off, and I walked on top of them, and the thing wasn't even hot. It wasn't warm, nothing. So that wasn't it. We couldn't find the emu anywhere. There were so many things going on. My daughter and Joy and Corey's daughter all of a sudden heard a voice, like somebody talking. But Jorea, she heard it in English. My daughter, Makamai, heard it in Hawaiian. She's also Olelo Hawaii, right? She does Hawaiian immersion, or she did in elementary school. And she was like, Dad, there's something talking to me in Hawaiian. I don't know what it's saying. And Jorea was like, yeah, I can hear somebody talking to me too, but I don't know what they're saying. It sounds like English, but I don't know what it is. And we're over there trying to figure it out, just kind of hanging out and seeing what else is in store for us. All of a sudden, we hear this voice coming at us. Like where we walked in, we had to walk down a little bit of a hill, right? Down a little ramp, and there was this big spotlight pointing down, so it wasn't dark at all, right? And from that ramp, I heard like one howly lady, "Hello, hello, is anyone down there? Hello, anybody there?" And I look, we're kind of hidden a little bit on the corner of the hill, but I walked over a little bit and I looked and I see this howly lady walking down. Of course, the light is to her back, right? So I thought it's one of the neighbors. She just heard a bunch of people talking in voices, and so she wanted to check it out and make sure everything was good and we're not doing anything, any troubles, right? Malia, how's it? So I was like, okay, this is weird. This is weird, but let's go ahead and greet Auntie. But by we jump out of the, we jump out at her. I might give her one heart attack, yeah. So we're like, okay, let's just go. So we cross the little bridge. We walk like literally maybe 15 feet, and we're in complete view of the light, the ramp, everything. And we walk, and I'm walking towards Auntie, but then I notice no more nobody over there. And now Joy and Corey, we all heard the lady calling down, like, "Hello, hello, is anybody there?" And I'm like, I look at them like, "Right, you guys heard something, huh?" And they're like, "Yeah, there was a lady, yeah, sounded like one howly lady." I'm like, "Yeah." And then as we were walking back up, kind of slowly, there wasn't anybody there. We couldn't see anybody at all. And we're getting more towards the bottom of the ramp, and my daughter feels like something grab her and start pulling her up or pushing her from behind. She's like, Dad, something's making me hurry. Something's pulling me. Yeah, it was pulling. Something was pulling her up the ramp. And so I'm like, something's pulling you. I'm over here, full on defense mode. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm like, something is going on, and it's happening to my daughter too. Something is. They better not do anything stupid. You know what I mean? I'm like full on dad mode, defense mode, ready for scrap anybody. Even one ghost. And so my daughter's being pulled up, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's telling us we need to leave. She's like, yeah, I think we need to leave, Dad. And halfway up the ramp, she turns around and she's like, Dad, it stopped pulling me and it turned me around. And I'm like, what? What the heck? And so I turn around too to look. All of us turn around. All five of us turn around. Just in time to see a guy walk out of the bushes to my right. From my, maybe, yeah, like as close as this sign is over here to me. Like that, like right over here. That close to me. And the light is shining down right on top of him. The guy is wearing a white hoodie and he's walking kind of weird, but I get my dad mode engaged, huh? I glaring at him. I like, see, what's this guy gonna do? He go jump on at us. He go act stupid, huh? You know what I mean? And put everybody behind me, and I'm standing in the front, like, all right, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And he just walks by the light into the shadow, and then I can't see him anymore. And I'm like, okay, that was weird. And then Joy and Corey and everybody were like, did you see that? I'm like, the guy, yeah, it's probably one of the chronics or something. And they're like, no, you never see him. You never see that he was transparent. I'm like, what? He did look kind of weird. And I do remember now seeing the rock behind him, through him. And he didn't have any feet. He was walking weird because he was floating. He wasn't walking. He was floating in front of me. And he just floated off to the side, not walking like you do with you move up and down. And he went into there's no bush, okay, on the left. That's just the Heiau. There's a little tiny, like 3 foot, 3 feet down is a little gulch where the water comes out. And then the Heiau, there's nowhere to hide. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and see this. And I grab my flashlight. I'm like, you guys continue up. I'm going to go ahead and look for this guy. And I jump down and start walking down and shining my light everywhere, everywhere. No more nobody. Nobody at all. We went back 7-Eleven. We drove over 7-Eleven to relax a little bit across the street. And we was just talking. I recorded everything. I'm like, wow. I think we had seen an actual full body apparition. Now the history behind that, who that was, what that was, I have no idea. I know that I have been down there a few times a night, and there has been people living there, um, drinking, smoking paka, whatever, right? They look to be homeless or kind of just goofing off sometimes. So maybe it is possible that somebody went maki over there, and that was him coming back. Yeah. So yeah, that's that story. That was one of my favorite stories. Where are you in the forest? I am in Hawaii in the forest. I guess that's what you mean. That's when I would have ran all the way to Manakuli. Bruh, Manakuli get worse. They get the people that are still alive over there. What you talking about? Thomas Square is haunted in Kanelua. What is that, Kanelua? That's down by the kind ward. I love that. I love that place over there. It's kind of sad to see what's been happening to that place. So that's the one you're talking about, right? Thomas Square. Oh, the men's bathroom. Yeah. Well, to me, I love history. Yeah. Um, Thomas Square is named after Admiral Thomas, who came from England by order of Queen Victoria because one of the rogue British captains overthrew the Hawaiian government during Kamehameha III's time that saying Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I Kapono was from him. He got overthrown by this rogue British captain who didn't like the Great Mahale, the separation of lands, that he got ripped off, so he took everything. I always like telling this, just a little bit of a history story, not really a ghost story. And so they sent Admiral Thomas over and arrested, and if I remember correctly, executed him because we don't take away any. Back then this was like 1850s, 1840s. They didn't take over countries anymore. That was power already. That was done. But that's why to honor Admiral Thomas, they made Thomas Square, and this was in the 1800s. That's why you look at Thomas Square. You got Victoria Lane coming up, which is named after Queen Victoria, and you got Britannia on the, perpendicular to that. Britannia, Britain. Yeah. So much history in that place. And that's where the homeless go shishi all over the trees, huh? And all over the park. Hey, yeah. Yeah, the product, what? How are you alive? I know, the price of living is so bad in Hawaii.
Air, air. It's a greed.
Well, what time is it? It is 9:14 p.m. right now. Anything else about Ulupo that I can think of? The place is special. It's. I really wish I can go down there at nighttime. I would absolutely love to because it's closer to my house too. Yeah. So, but being able to just go down there, sit down, and tell stories. That's one of the places I learned something interesting. Yeah. So we would go down there, and there would be people on the tour that said, "Okay, you need to do this. You need to go do that." Like one ghost. Like we had these two psychics on the tour one night. They never know each other, right? But they was kind of scrapping the whole time. They was kind of fighting, arguing with each other the whole time. Um, like at the Pali, one psychic saw a warrior standing, and she points over there. There's a big Hawaiian warrior with a spear. And the other psychic came up to me, and they're like, I don't know if that person's real psychic or if they're making something up, but I see a kahuna, a priest in white, standing over there. And then the other psychic comes by. No, it's a warrior. No, it's a priest. No, it's a warrior. And I'm like, bruh. Kind of when I started to notice that two people can see two different things, yeah. So we go over there, Ulupo, and one of the psychics tells me, there's a spirit over here telling you they want you to leave. You're not welcome here tonight. And I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. I always want to try and make the ancestors happier. I hope that they enjoy the stories and all that. She's like, no, this ghost over here is saying, go, get out. You guys not allowed. And the other psychic came up. Oh yeah, I hear that one telling you to go. But the other 79,000, 999 are telling you to stay. And I'm like, bruh, what you do? What do you do then? You know what I mean?
Okay, you two, cut it out, huh? Like, jeez. All right. Enough is enough. Like, now you guys are tripping me out here.
Question: are the night marchers like the Nephilim, oversized men? Well, no. The Hawaiians, when they die, it's said that their spirits can appear several feet taller than they were in life. Nephilim are supposed to be angels or a type of angel hybrid or something like that, right? I don't know. Maybe I won't watch too much TV shows. Supposed to be angel and human hybrid, I think.
Right? But I guess, too, with the ancient Hawaiians, all averaging, you know what I mean? Well
Yeah.
above 6 feet, 7 feet
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that could easily be mistaken as
Yeah.
giant sized people,
Yeah. But then you get the Akua, which are closer to 15, 20 feet.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. You have any stories about H3? Sure, I can tell a story about H3. There's a few. I don't have enough for a whole night. Have you seen or experienced anything? Tonight? Not really, yeah. But in general, yes. A lot. I find it ironic that one of the guys who was involved in taking over Hawaii was a cousin of the founder of the old of Dole Pineapple. Yep, that's right. What are the Akoa? The Koa. The Koa are no, you think Ikaika warriors, right? Warriors Ikaika, yeah.
I thought it could get strong,
Mm, mm. I forget what warrior is in Hawaii. In Hawaiian. Um, H3. Well, actually, I heard first Kapa'a Quarry. Kavainui Marsh. Get plenty of stories. Get plenty of akualele, fireballs. Um, Lots of stories over there. Ikaika. Yeah, Ikaika warrior. Thank you. Specifically about Kavainui, I'm not too sure. I know there's the priest, the bride, the groom, and the priest. They were heading to their wedding in Waimanalo, and they got into a car accident and died. And so, some nights when you're entering Kavainui Marsh or Kavainui on the Kapa'akori Road, you'll see them hitchhiking at the beginning over by Kalaheo. And then you don't pick them up. By the time you get out by the Pali, they hitchhiking again. You see the same three people. H3, yeah. The one story about H3 that I like was I would usually share this at the Pali, yeah, but the so yeah, there was a businessman who got home late from work, got off of work late, and was coming over. He lived Kaneohe, so he drove the H3, yeah, from town. Driving over the H3, nighttime, pulls out of the tunnel. He's not speeding. He's cruising. He's just going speed limit. He's fine, maybe a little bit above. And right after he gets out of the tunnel, he got the blue lights behind him. The blue flashing lights. So he pulls over to the side. The officer comes out, comes over to the door, and he's like, the officer asks the question, "Hey, good evening, sir. Do you know why I pulled you over tonight?" He's like, not too sure why you pulled me over tonight, officer. He's like, was I speeding? The officer's like, no, you weren't speeding. He's like, but when you were coming down, I could see in your car that your children aren't in their car seats. He's like, I'm sorry, but I gotta write you up. Over here, it's very dangerous. You gotta put your kids in their car seats. Yeah, they cannot be jumping around the back seat like they are. And he looks at the officer. He's like, officer, what are you talking about? I don't have any children. The cop looks at him like, what? And then takes his light, shines it in the the back seat, and his face turns white. Okay, sir, sorry, have a nice night, bye. And freaking cop just digs out. The guy's like, what the heck is going on? He's like, what the heck was that all about? He gets home, drives home, pulls into his driveway, you know, opens the door to the car and he reaches into the back seat to grab his briefcase. And he in the back seat he sees little handprints and footprints all over the windows. Oh yeah, that was a cool story too. That's written down somewhere. Yeah. Hey Davina, aloha. Reminds me of fireballs I seen in your blowhole. Yeah, get Akulale by blowhole. Troy, did you experience anything on the UH Manoa campus? No, I haven't gone there too much. What are you looking at? You are looking at Judd Trail. This is a place where in the 1790s it was a battle where many Hawaiians died. The blood stained the land. Blah blah blah. That kind of stuff. There's a lot of spirits over here. Not all of them are bad. We're gonna do a night where I tell stories just about the things that I witnessed in this area, from time anomalies to the spirits talking. That kind of stuff. It's a wild place some nights. Um, there's a lot of stories about the construction of H3. I think there's a book written about it. Oh, you in Punaluu. Right on. We stay in Nu'uanu right now, but we live Kanioi. Is this on an island or in a forest? This is in a forest on an island.
An island for you.
Yeah. This is the island of Oahu in Hawaii. We get plenty stuff over here. Plenty ghost stories. 8 p.m. Hawaii time, I tell ghost stories every night. Tomorrow, what, Saturday, huh?
Oh, Sunday, really.
Oh,
Today's Saturday.
for real. Today's Saturday.
Yesterday was Friday.
Ah, okay. I think tomorrow we go tell stories about. Now I got my friend over here, Matt, with me, Dora. I think tomorrow we go do about the mo'o. Yeah, that'll be cool. The mo'o, the lizard spirits, yeah, the half man, half lizard, or maybe we go start out at the Pali Lookout, and I don't know, maybe we'll see. That seems like a lot more work. Walking around and talking. Yeah. Oh, one of the stories about the H3 tunnel. See, there's a whole bunch of stories I had read. Hey, Jan, aloha. H3 had they had finally connected one side, Halava side to Kaneohe. They finally dug through the tunnel, and as soon as they dug through the tunnel, this big blue cloud blew into the tunnel, and in that, like all the machines, all the lights died, and in that cloud that blew into the tunnel, like they could hear drums, they could hear chantings, they could hear all of these voices, all of these Hawaiian things coming out of that one mist cloud that went into the tunnel. And as I said, everything died, and the people in the tunnel ran the mile all the way back out to Halava side. Oh, that's cool. Your grandfather told you some of the stories because he worked on the H3. Yeah, that's nuts. I've heard about the screaming in the tunnel. Yep. Oh, that's not Kato. Okay, Captain Blackbird. I don't like scary you guys like that.
My cousin used to drive truck. I was hauling all the stuff out of the H3
For real?
building.
Oh no.
I forgot, he told me some stories of that
Oh.
place, bro. I guess, yeah.
You like share one?
Yeah, nah. Time for another night.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll share for one night on that. Kawai Nui
We still got
Cemetery.
we still got 20-something days to go.
Ah.
20 days, huh?
20 more days every night, huh? H3 is the interstate highway, like probably the most haunted interstate in the country, and one of the shortest and one of the most expensive mile for mile. It connects the windward side of Oahu to the leeward side of Oahu. You ever go Kawaihau Cemetery at night? Yeah, we used to do our tours over there. Hey, Dixon.
You know why the H3 was built, though, yeah?
Yep. Pearl Harbor and Kaneohe Marine Corps Base.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a direct connection to,
Yeah.
to Pearl Harbor, Hickam. That's the whole reason why they built that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Mile-long tunnel through the mountain.
Night marches, the marchers go through the tunnels too, yeah. I heard rumors of people seeing spirit of workers who lost their lives in the tunnels. I heard that about Like. Lopaka Kapanui had an amazing story over there. That was shared by a bus driver. Kansas City, aloha. That's awesome. I've been in thousands of scary places, my friend. I've given ghosts every opportunity to show any sign of life, never seen anything or felt anything. I'm not convinced haunted places exist. I mean, my ka'i, that's good for you. I had a lady tell me one time. I have all these experiences, all these stories, and at the time I was like 35 or 34. She's like, how have you experienced all of this?" And I have not. And I I go to these places all the time. You know, can I show you how to see ghosts? I know how to see ghosts. You just got to get the maka pia pia from the dog and rub them in your eyeballs.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do
Don't do
that.
that. My dad's friend went crazy doing that. Sometimes you know, like, see,
Hey, have a
you see
message
too
me,
much.
Dixon. Have a message me. If he's gonna go, he said, "Brother, my friend on Oahu trying to get into ghost hunting, but he don't know where to go." Have a message me, because if he's gonna get into ghost hunting, he's got to learn the protocol and the respect and all of that stuff as well. I don't do ghost hunting. I have tools and stuff. I come here to tell stories about experiences and all that. Um, yeah, just I've learned night after night to use my senses. I mean, I'll tell you this much: it is very rare to see a full body apparition. I will tell people on the tour too. It's like the ghost is not. Some people already believe in ghosts because some things have that. Yeah, like Davina, that gift, right? But other people, they're waiting for the disembodied hand come out the ether and slap them upside the head. Then they go believe in ghosts. You know what I mean? It's very much like faith. I've noticed. You believe in it or you don't. I could show you a picture of a ghost, and you'll tell me I photoshopped it. I can show you a video of a ghost, and you'll tell me I faked it. I could let you download my brain if we had that technology, and you could see and experience with my own eyes the things that I had experienced, and you could just tell me I'm schizophrenic. So you're gonna either choose to believe it or not. The possibility or anything like that. I know the history. I know what my blood tells me. I'll play this for you guys as well. This one was really cool. I played it earlier tonight, but for the people who are just joining, I'll tell you guys. A few nights ago, I went to a place up on Mauna Kea, 13,000 feet, a very sacred mountain to the Hawaiian people. Very sacred. And we went to Lake Waiau, or Lake Vaiau, which is a place that's also very sacred, a lake all the way up on top. 13,000 feet, a very sacred mountain to the Hawaiian people. Oh, what's going on? Very sacred. Oh, your phone, bro. And we went to Lake Waiau. Yeah, hey, your phone is hooked up to like, oh,
shoot.
bro, I'm hunting myself over here, bro.
They're just gonna... No, I'm not connected, bro.
No, you were connected. I just disconnected you.
Oh,
But I think, yeah, or maybe, no, 'cause I'm not listening to my video. You're listening to my video.
yeah, but that was... But I have my volume all the way down.
Yeah, it wasn't down on this stuff.
But I had to...
Bluetooth.
Even when I
Yeah.
played the video, I had to turn my volume up on my phone so you could hear on the speaker.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. I'm not sure.
I'm the kind of guy that would chase a tornado. That's how curious I am. I like to tempt fate. What's your advice? Observe. No try force anything. Talk to them. Yeah. Just observe and relax.
A lot of it is intent too, you know.
Yeah.
I think.
Intent, feelings. Like I like. Yeah. Like here, Aloha Realtor. I like feelings. You see it in different signs that happen and show themselves. Bro, I get friends that are scientists. Okay, and I drive them crazy, cause I ask the spirits for a sign. If you're here, could you let me know? Then you hear a noise like that. No, that was a car. But then you hear a bird in the trees, like 50 yards to the right, chirping, in the middle of the night. And then I'm like, okay, that's a bird in the trees. Could you do it again? Boom, that same bird is immediately in front of you in the tree, chirping. And my friend's like, bro, that's just a bird. I'm like, bro, I'm Hawaiian. I hear my ancestors in the wind and the birds. Okay, I don't need science. That kind of stuff. Science is science. Anyway, show you guys some pictures real fast. Lake Vaiau was awesome. It's just a small little lake. You know what? I'll go flip you guys around. So you guys can, you guys like get scared, huh? Here's my face. Here's Lake Vaiau. Just up on 13,000 feet. Oh, bro, this place was so awesome. What kind of was saying, you went Ahu under the water? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. So here, sorry. What the heck is going on here?
You turn the
There.
speaker back on, huh? No. No,
Yeah,
it's
it's on.
on.
Here's the view sunset. Yeah, go back, put them back here. You can see them. I hear for a little bit above the clouds. I'll go post this too. This is Mauna Kea. This is how high up it is. Tell me it doesn't look sacred, yeah? It's just so amazing. There's my boy over there with his phone and his girlfriend. But anyway, here's the thing. So I was at Lake Waiau and I could see. Okay, now maybe
Well, I need to
Captain
show the
Blackbird.
comments.
This is kind of how it was. I see them in my head and I trust it. I'm not putting them in my head. I'm not outside there going like, oh, if get one ghost, what they gonna look like? You know, oh, what's that around here? Maybe get one ghost. Where would the ghost be? What would they be? No, I'm just chilling. You know, um, it's Queen to you. My daughter was with me back in August. Did I meet you up in August? That'd be cool. Um, so like I'm standing there at the lake, and then all of a sudden, this image pops into my head of a woman coming out of the lake. And like, I even went so I'll show you guys after. This woman coming out of the lake, and she had like a lei made of seaweed. And to me, she looked like a 1950s hula dancer. She had the lips like that. She had black hair. She had a white little thing, a white like cloth, like a dress kind of thing. And this is the recording. This is also on YouTube on my one of the videos on YouTube. You can look at it Lake Waiau. There's yeah, I'll put the timestamp down after. But here, not much to see. Awesome. He's greeting me. Aloha. So I see aloha, and then you hear chanting coming in the background. I was there, my son was there, and his girlfriend was there. Nobody was chanting. There's nobody up at 13,000 feet. There was one guy that came by, and he was sat down for like 5 minutes. He turned around and walked away. Let me play him again. Oh wow, awesome! He's greeting me. Aloha. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me try to look at her face. There you go. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was so awesome. Can I draw an image of that for you? I managed to pull up one. Yeah, if you want, for sure. I'm not a very good artist, so I use AI. Yeah. Here's the picture I got originally. Just kind of like looked up 1950s hula dancer. Get the chick with the pineapple coconut bra turned into this, and then I added. And then it got real. I'm like, oh, brah. I saw that. I didn't even, and I'm like, wow, that's what she looked like. Maybe like she had the lay po'o, right? The lay on top of her head, but it was like seaweed. But the seaweed was more dirtier looking. Yeah, that was so. It was like wow. The AI thing is cool. I just took a pic. I just showed a picture of the lake and I said, put this as the background. But yeah, I go play him one more time. The chanting was awesome. I mean, I've been doing this almost 20 years, and I'll tell you, this has been just it's so awesome. He's greeting me. Wait. Oh wow. I'll tell you this. I heard nothing when I was there. I heard absolutely nothing when I was up there. And it wasn't until I started reading that these guys heard them on the live, and I'm like, okay. Then Matt one playing back for me yesterday, and I'm just like tripping out over here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me try to look at her face. There you go. It was. You talk about blessing. It was such a blessing. And pardon me, like I was hiking over there, and apparently I'm allergic to the dust up in Mauna Kea, so my allergies was acting up. There was other things that happened when I was up over there. It was cool. I mean, you just gotta listen, yeah. You just gotta listen. Yeah, Captain Blackbird. I understand, bro. I understand exactly. There's so many people that get frustrated. I don't go out looking for it though. I go there to explore, to experience, and I go there to talk, share stories. You know what I mean? We go like we have Mo'olelo. We have. So I went over there with my son, and I shared it with my son and his girlfriend, the history, the spirits of the lake, that kind of stuff. And you know what I mean? I'm like, why Mauna Kea is so sacred and all of that stuff in there as well. And I guess the spirits love to hear that, right? From the people who are still alive, that they're not forgotten and they're, yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was trying to answer him like, um,
I'm religious too. I'm Roman Catholic. No worry.
like I'm trying to think like how you can experience this, but it's not something I can explain, or like I don't want to say something to where you would invoke something or provoke it,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
we're kind of in the element, and we've already kind of broken past that barrier where we don't witness this kind of activity all the time, but yet we do get it to where like I can see where he's going to these places
Yeah,
and trying to gain this experience or witness this, and,
yeah.
and can't have the results. So like I can see his frustration, and I kind of want to help him, but at the same breath, like I know that you need to be careful what you ask for sometimes.
Yeah, I do all the time. Yeah,
You may not
yeah.
be ready for what you actually are asking to see, or whatnot. I've seen people that have gone loony because they've saw too much, or they weren't ready. So I don't
Yes, I
know.
did.
Maybe that is why you haven't seen what you want to see, and your religion is there protecting you and keeping you from going down that road. Maybe they already know what the repercussions might be.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
Yeah. No, Sandy, I'm not Wiccan. No. Um, it. So like one thing I learned about ghost hunting was you got to go to the place, you got to sit down and wait 30, 45 minutes, let the energy kind of settle. You got to realize that for me, I realize that the spirits, they don't know you. They don't know who you are. And so when I go to a place, I always introduce myself. I always state my purpose, ask permission, and ask them to be patient. Like over here, I've done it many times. I didn't do it tonight. I don't have any equipment out, right? But I always know when I come over here, I would come here on the tour. When I share stories, they come and they gather around, and you can feel them. The group gets smaller and closer together subconsciously, like their people are crowding them. It's that's kind of how I know. And so when you go into a new place, I always do that protocol. Sometimes I leave a little bit of a gift, like, "Hey, thank you for letting me come in," like Mahalo kind of thing, right? Um, but yeah, that's it. Just shows respect and acknowledge to the spirits. That's kind of how we do it in Hawaii over here. You go to a place and yeah, all of that stuff. You just got to acknowledge, ask for permission, and let them know. Hey, thanks for letting me in your house, and acknowledge that you're the guest. Ghosting 101. Yeah. My hey Pacific 808. How's it? How's it? My faith is what protects me, right? Um, sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. It's Queen to you. Yeah. Where did I meet you? Where was it that I met you? I want to know. Was it up at Mauna Kea? There we go. It's how we do it here in Kansas City. That's my kai. That's really really good. That is good. There we go. There we go. There. Just go out and have fun. Do your thing. You know what I mean? The main thing is it's about having fun. It's about the community. It's about people. It's about like me getting, it's stupid. I said, yeah, me getting away from my phone for a little while, going out into nature, as I got two phones and an iPad on my lap right here in front of me. Yeah, yeah, the experience. Yeah. Yes, I'm at Morgan's Corner again, just because nice and chill over here. You know, is that the proper way? I'm asking because I'm wanting to do paranormal work since a child, been able to communicate with spirits. Yes, you, Amy, you need to have your protection up. Remember, you have free will, right? Your free will is you have all your guardian angels around you, but they're not gonna help you unless you specifically ask them most of the time, right? Oh, okay. I met you on Facebook. Right on, right on. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I meet a lot of people in person, and I'm like, they're like, oh, I remember meeting you. I'm like, yep. Um, yeah, my daughter came out. But yeah, anyway, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We will do more ghost stories at a haunted place and see if the spirits like it. You're a Delima. Oh, the Frankie uncle. Right on. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, you guys, because we'll be back here tomorrow. I don't know what we gonna do stories about. Maybe we'll do stories of the cannibal dog man, Kalpe. What you guys think? That sounds like fun, huh? But yeah, we'll see. Thank you guys again. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. On YouTube, I have all that information on the description on the video when you hit it. Yeah. Aloha ahi ahi. Awina aloha awina la. What is it? Ahi ahi. Morning? No. Awina la, I think.
Kakai.
Kakahiaka.
Kahiaka
Okay, okay.
is morning, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ahia is like
Now, what is awina la?
afternoon, no?
Okay.
Wait,
I think
one of
Sandy
those,
knows more than
one of
I do.
those, it's good morning, good afternoon, good
Yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one. I forget. I used to sing it when we were younger, but those days is yeah, about
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Bra, yeah. You get the kupuna come in your classroom. But anyway, yeah. Aloha, guys. Take care. Yeah. Aloha.
Alrighty, yo.